Ever wondered why the Silk Road was so much more than just a trade route? You may think it was all about goods, but it was actually the birthplace of global connections that changed the world forever. The Silk Road is one of the most fascinating and significant trade routes in history, connecting the East and West for centuries. Spanning over 4,000 miles, this ancient network of trade paths facilitated not just the exchange of goods, but also the sharing of ideas, cultures, and innovations. From the luxurious silk of China to the spices of India and the precious metals of the West, the Silk Road was a bustling highway of commerce that shaped economies and societies across continents. Understanding the Silk Road's impact on economic history is crucial. It was more than just a route for merchants. It was a catalyst for globalization long before the term even existed. The interactions along the Silk Road led to the establishment of trade cities, the spread of religions, and the exchange of technologies. For instance, the introduction of papermaking from China to the West revolutionized communication and record-keeping, while the spread of Buddhism and Islam along these routes transformed spiritual landscapes. But the Silk Road is not just about trade and economics. It's also about the incredible stories and connections that emerged from this vibrant tapestry of cultures. Imagine a merchant from Venice trading glassware with a Chinese silk weaver, or a traveler sharing tales of distant lands with a caravan of nomads. These interactions fostered a sense of shared humanity, bridging gaps between diverse peoples and creating a rich cultural exchange that still resonates today. As we delve deeper into the history of the Silk Road, we uncover not just the goods that were traded, but the lives that were intertwined along this remarkable route. Join us as we explore the captivating stories, the influential figures, and the lasting legacy of the Silk Road, a true testament to the power of connection in human history. The origins and development of the Silk Road are deeply rooted in the geographical and cultural landscapes of Asia and Europe. This vast network of trade routes emerged around the 2nd century BCE, primarily connecting China with the Mediterranean, facilitating not only the exchange of goods but also the flow of ideas and cultures. The Silk Road traversed diverse terrains, including deserts, mountains, and plains, linking major civilizations such as the Chinese, Persians, Indians, and Romans. The establishment of the Silk Road was influenced by several historical events. One of the pivotal moments was the expansion of the Han Dynasty in China, which sought to establish trade relations with the West. In 138 BCE, the envoy Zhang Qian was sent to explore the regions beyond China, paving the way for diplomatic and commercial ties. His journeys revealed the wealth of resources and cultures that lay beyond the Chinese borders, igniting interest in trade and exploration. Key civilizations played a significant role in the development of the Silk Road. The Han Dynasty, known for its advancements in technology and culture, was instrumental in promoting trade. They produced silk, which became the most sought-after commodity along the route, giving the Silk Road its name. Meanwhile, the Roman Empire, with its vast reach and demand for luxury goods, became a crucial market for silk and spices. The interactions between these two great powers not only fueled economic growth, but also led to cultural exchanges that enriched both societies. As the Silk Road evolved, it became a melting pot of cultures, ideas, and innovations. The exchange of goods like silk, spices, and precious metals was accompanied by the sharing of philosophies, religions, and technologies. This intricate web of connections laid the foundation for future trade networks and significantly influenced the course of history, making the Silk Road a vital chapter in the story of human civilization. The Silk Road was not just a conduit for trade, it was a vibrant exchange of goods that significantly influenced cultures and economies across regions. Among the most important commodities traded along this historic route were silk, spices, and precious metals. Silk, produced exclusively in China, became the hallmark of luxury and status, captivating the elite in various civilizations, such as cinnamon, pepper, and saffron, were highly sought after for their culinary and preservative qualities, while precious metals like gold and silver served as currency and symbols of wealth. The impact of these goods on cultures and economies was profound. The demand for silk in the Roman Empire, for instance, led to a flourishing trade that not only enriched merchants but also stimulated local economies along the route. As silk became a symbol of prestige, it influenced fashion and social customs in regions far from its origin. Similarly, the spices traded along the Silk Road transformed culinary practices, introducing new flavors and preserving techniques that enriched local cuisines. Cultural exchanges were equally significant along the Silk Road. Art, religion, and technology traveled alongside goods, creating a rich tapestry of shared knowledge and creativity. For example, the spread of Buddhism from India to China was facilitated by traders and monks who traveled the Silk Road, leading to the establishment of Buddhist art and architecture in East Asia. The exchange of artistic techniques and styles also flourished, as seen in the blending of Persian and Chinese motifs in textiles and ceramics. Moreover, technological innovations, such as papermaking and the compass, made their way along these routes, transforming societies and enhancing communication and navigation. The Silk Road was not merely a trade route, it was a dynamic corridor of cultural exchange that shaped the identities and histories of the civilizations it connected, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to resonate today. The Silk Road played a pivotal role in shaping ancient economies and trade practices, facilitating economic growth and development across various regions. By connecting the East and West, this extensive network of trade routes enabled the exchange of not only goods but also ideas, technologies, and cultural practices. As merchants traversed these paths, they created a dynamic marketplace that stimulated local economies and fostered prosperity in many areas. One of the most significant outcomes of the Silk Road was the emergence of trade cities, which became vital hubs of commerce. Cities such as Samarkand, Bukhara, and Kashgar flourished as centers of trade, attracting merchants from diverse backgrounds. These cities served as melting pots of cultures, where goods from different regions were exchanged and new ideas were shared. The bustling markets of these trade cities facilitated the flow of commodities like silk, spices, and precious metals, while also providing a space for artisans and craftsmen to showcase their skill. The wealth generated in these urban centers contributed to their growth and development, making them influential players in the ancient economy. The long-term effects of the Silk Road on global trade patterns and economic systems are still evident today. The interactions and exchanges that took place along this route laid the groundwork for future trade networks, influencing the way goods were transported and traded across continents. The concept of trade as a means of cultural and economic exchange became ingrained in societies, leading to the establishment of more structured trade practices and agreements. Furthermore, the Silk Road contributed to the rise of a more interconnected world, where economies began to rely on one another for resources and goods. This interdependence set the stage for the development of global trade systems that would evolve over centuries. In essence, the Silk Road was not just a series of trade routes, it was a transformative force that shaped the economic landscape of the ancient world and continues to influence global trade dynamics today. The Silk Road has left an indelible mark on modern times, with its legacy continuing to shape contemporary trade routes and cultural interactions. This ancient network of trade paths laid the groundwork for the global trading systems we see today. The principles of commerce, negotiation, and exchange that emerged along the Silk Road have evolved into the complex international trade networks that facilitate the movement of goods across the globe. And trade routes, whether by land, sea, or air, owe much to the historical connections established by the Silk Road, demonstrating how ancient practices can influence current economic framework. However, the Silk Road has played a significant role in the process of globalization. As goods, ideas, and cultures flowed along these routes, they fostered a sense of interconnectedness that resonates in today's world. The exchange of not just commodities but also philosophies, religions, and technologies has contributed to a rich tapestry of cultural interaction. In our increasingly globalized society, the spirit of the Silk Road is evident in the way cultures continue to influence one another, from culinary practices to artistic expressions. This ongoing exchange highlights the importance of understanding our shared history as we navigate the complexities of modern globalization. Interest in Silk Road studies has surged in recent years, with ongoing research exploring its multifaceted impact on history, economics, and culture. Scholars from various disciplines are delving into the intricacies of trade practices, the movement of peoples, and the cultural exchanges that define this historic route. Archaeological discoveries and advancements in technology have further fueled this interest, allowing researchers to uncover new insights into the lives of those who traverse the Silk Road. In conclusion, the legacy of the Silk Road is not merely a chapter in history, it is a continuing story that influences contemporary trade, globalization, and cultural interactions. As we reflect on its lasting impact, we recognize the importance of preserving and studying this rich heritage for future generations. In this video, we've journeyed through the fascinating history of the Silk Road, uncovering its significance as a vital trade route that connected the East and West. We explored how this ancient network facilitated not only the exchange of goods like silk, spices, and precious metals, but also the sharing of ideas, cultures, and technologies. The Silk Road was more than just a highway for merchants. It was a dynamic corridor of cultural interaction that shaped the identities and economies of the civilizations it linked. Understanding the historical context of trade networks like the Silk Road is crucial for gaining modern perspectives on globalization and economic interdependence. Principles of commerce and cultural exchange established along these routes continue to influence contemporary trade practices and global interactions. By studying the Silk Road, we can appreciate the rich tapestry of human history and recognize the enduring connections that bind us together across time and space. As we wrap up our exploration of the Silk Road, we encourage you to engage with this content further. If you found this video informative and inspiring, please consider subscribing to our channel for more insights into history, culture, and trade. Your support helps us create more engaging content that dives deep into the stories that shape our world. Don't forget to like this video and share it with friends and family who might also be interested in learning about the Silk Road and its lasting impact. We invite you to explore related content on our channel, where you can discover more about ancient trade routes, cultural exchanges, and the fascinating stories that connect us all. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.